Rule 31. Understand that your financial needs change at different stages of your life. Some cultures allow for a different focus, a different strategy, during different stages of your life. For instance, up to 20 might be for being young and foolish and getting an education. Age 20 to 35 could be for getting married and raising a family. Age 35 to 55 might be for running your business and making your fortune. Life after that is for spiritual contemplation and retirement from the commercial world. Essentially, your financial needs change over time, reflecting what is going on in your life at any stage, and the choices you make in your lifestyle at that time. You might need more money when raising a family, but maybe this is a time when you can usually cope better with a little adversity. By the time your kids are in college, you definitely need loads more cash, or the poor darlings won't have enough to squander in the student union bar in the evenings, every evening. And once you hit retirement, you can downsize again, unless you intend spending it all on expensive world cruises. This rule is about checking where you are and what you need, and about knowing that the conditions that influence your needs do and will change. You have to make allowances for differing circumstances. A bit of forward planning with this in mind will stand you in good stead. For example, if you're about to invest all your spare cash in a long-term investment scheme, remember that if you suddenly need a bit more money as you've taken maternity leave, or you want to go on a world trip, your money will be tied up. Think it through and anticipate possible future needs and changes. So, quick exercise. Where are you in your life? How much do you need? What is the next stage for you? How much are you going to need? A different focus, a different strategy, during different stages of your life. Rule 32. You have to work hard to get rich enough, not to have to work hard. I cannot emphasize how strongly I feel about this one. I watch and learn from the seriously wealthy and have reached the conclusion that in nearly every single case, they slogged their guts out to get where they are. They often started early. They worked late into the night. They sacrificed a lot. They didn't take long lunch breaks. They didn't waste time. They didn't watch television in the evenings. They worked their socks off. They know money doesn't grow on trees. If you too are serious about getting rich, then you too must do as they do. You are going to have to put in the hard work to get rich enough, so that you don't have to work hard. But you must do the work first. So how dedicated are you? How serious are you? This is the point where we sort the wheat from the chaff, the men from the boys, the girls from the women, the runners-up from the winners. Still here. Good. You are obviously committed. If you are prepared to put in the long hours, and you put them in on the right things, you should succeed. Maybe not immediately. Maybe not with your first idea. But by slogging away, you will get there. How do I know this? Because I have done it. I'm not preaching from the wilderness. I hope I'm not preaching at all. I started out poor, and worked long and hard, and chose where to put my efforts carefully. And now I'm rich. It really is that simple. On the surface it looks like luck. But that's because I make it look so. In the rules of work, I wrote about looking cool, looking laid back, looking effortless. I practice that a lot. I often go back to work very late at night after everyone else has gone to bed, or get up very early in the morning. Don't tell anyone because I like the indolent image, where everyone assumes I am a work-shy, lotus-eating, decadent loafer. But the reality is I work hard. You have to. I'll let you into the secret of the wealthy club. You need to work like you've never worked before. Work like there is no one watching. Work like you don't have a boss. Work like your life depended on it. The second secret is, you have to enjoy it. If it's a chore, then you won't do it. Let me make one very important point here. This rule does not mean that if you work hard at anything, you will become wealthy. An office cleaner on minimum wage will not become rich by working all hours as an office cleaner or by cleaning really hard and thoroughly. They might, however, become rich by starting their own cleaning company and working very hard at getting it off the ground and finding new clients and making sure their staff were great, happy, and motivated. What I'm saying here is that even if you've got a great business idea or have some money to invest, you will only maximize your return if you work really hard at your idea or investing the money wisely and managing it carefully. You have to put the effort in before you can reap the dividends. They didn't watch television in the evenings. They worked their socks off. Rule 33. Learn the art of deal making. Deals are great. Deals make you money. Simple deal-making skills will serve you time and time again. You need to learn to be bold, to ask for more, to trade what you have for what you want. Here is an example of successful deal-making in action. Kyle MacDonald from Montreal, Canada, traded his way from one single red paperclip to a house in the space of 9 months. He launched his website offering to swap his one red paperclip for anything. He swapped it for a green pen in the shape of a fish. He swapped this for a smiley-faced doorknob. He swapped this for a portable barbecue. He swapped this for a portable generator. He swapped this for an instant party pack and keg of beer. He swapped this for a snowmobile. He swapped this for a trip to British Columbia. He swapped this for a truck. He swapped this for a recording contract. And finally, he swapped this for a house in Phoenix, Colorado, admittedly only a year's lease, but hey. 11 steps. 11 little deals. Not bad. He says he is going to keep going until he owns a house. That's deal making. So, lessons to be learned from Kyle. Never say you haven't got anything to start with. Always be open to opportunities. Be adaptable and flexible. Have a goal. Work diligently. Network like mad. Take advantage of free publicity. In my business, I prefer to talk about mutually profitable partnerships. These deals, where both parties benefit, are the best deals of all. Everybody feels happy with the outcome. What do you have that others might want? Think broadly here, not just possessions like Kyle, but also your skills and your knowledge, your time and your ability and efforts. Who might want these, and what might you be able to ask for in return? What do you have that others might want? Rule 34. Learn the art of negotiating. If you are going to deal and trade and swap, you have to learn the art of negotiating. Basically, the art revolves around making the other person feel they are getting as much as you are. I like to talk about partnerships. This is my way of making this happen. I'm genuinely not out to mess with anyone else's plans of getting rich. I don't need them to fail to make me succeed. I figure we can all go forward together, and no one has to lose out. If I want someone to buy something from me, I expect them to be able to make a profit on it, and do well out of it. I don't want to sell and run. I want repeat business. I want a decent reputation. I want to feel good about what I do. I want a partnership. The art of negotiating will stand you in good stead in so many different situations, from negotiating a simple pay rise, to negotiating in your relationship with your partner, to negotiating with your kids over pocket money. If you learn this art, everything slips along easily and smoothly, and you get what you want, and they get what they want too. Win-win. There are a number of rules about negotiating you need to bear in mind. Here are just a few of the most important ones. Always know your bottom line, the point beyond which you will not go. Always know what it is you want, the goal, the end product, the target. There's no use negotiating if you don't know what you are negotiating for. Always aim for win-win. Always be prepared to give up things to secure other things. Be flexible and fluid. Always know as much as possible before you start. Knowledge is power in these situations. Go for the best deal you can possibly justify. Coming down later is easy. Going up later is almost impossible. Those are just a few of the key points, but if you don't know this stuff backward, buy a book, take a course, talk to friends who really understand the skill of negotiating. I am always stunned and horrified by how often people go into situations, anything from a job to a relationship, without first finding out what they are embarking on, what is expected of them, what they are going to get out of it, what they expect their partner, boss, business buddy, lover, offspring, whoever, to get out of it, and where they expect to end up. You've got to discuss these things, and that really is the basic art, discussion. Bring things out into the open, so there are no assumptions. Assumptions are bad. I don't want to sell and run. I want repeat business. I want a decent reputation. Rule 35. Small economies won't make you wealthy, but they will make you miserable. Is it penny wise, pound foolish? I don't think so. I think that trying to make small economies to become prosperous is doomed to failure. It won't make you rich, but it will make you miserable. And being miserable isn't a good place to start out each day. You need a decent breakfast and a positive attitude. Cutting out your daily cappuccino might help you lose weight, and it might reduce your caffeine intake, but it isn't going to make you rich, and it might well make you feel miserable. So what about all that penny-pinching stuff? It seems to have been invented by the Puritans. If you enjoy it, it has to be wrong. Some people get satisfaction out of being frugal, but if that isn't you, then don't deny yourself small pleasures in the belief that that's the way to wealth. Hang on, though. Didn't I say in an earlier rule that the rich are eagle-eyed, and that you had to stop money leaks? Indeed. But that's different. While getting your finances in order is a good thing, going without isn't. Make sure you aren't giving money away by being careless. Those are the leaks. But don't deny yourself the very small pleasures that enrich your life. Just don't go mad. If you can't afford what you want, buy less, but buy quality. Save up by all means for those big purchases, or ask if you really need them. But don't start thinking that giving up little luxuries, little treats, little life enhancers, will somehow increase your wealth. It won't. It will keep you trapped in the poverty cycle. Escaping from the poverty cycle and the penury mindset is your key to success, your path to prosperity. Wealthy people don't scrimp and save. Sure, some of them are quite tight-fisted, and you'd have to crowbar their wallets off them. But while they watch their money carefully, they don't cut the odd coffee or buy cheap peanut butter in the hope it will make them more wealthy. It obviously won't. Like being on a diet, if you deny yourself every small pleasure, you'll probably fail. Little indulgences are the way forward. Now who else is going to tell you that? Cutting out your daily cappuccino isn't going to make you rich,